Hello, everyone. Happy 2024 Independence Day celebration. I hope you all enjoyed it. Well, give Prof Dan Tutorials Independence Gift by subscribing if you haven't, share this video, like, inform people, make comments, let it continue to reach many people who will definitely find it useful in their immigration petition. In today's video, it will be a continuation of the previous ones on the EB1-1, the extraordinary ability. There are previous episodes on this EB1 where I have taken you through different criterion that is required in your self-petition. But moving beyond that, today's video will start a new dimension in parts. Today's one is part 1, where I will start looking specifically into what exactly does the USCIS officer want? What are they interested in? What are they looking for? How do they assess your petition? I will use a case study, leveraging on this case study with exactly what the officer is looking for and letting you see how that can be of help to you. So this is specific to EB1-A in particular. However, those of you in the EB2 NIW can still benefit from this. We have people who have petitioned for the EB2 NIW and receive approval, and they question themselves like, can they still apply for the EB1-A? Do they fit in? This is a question that some folks have. Not until you try or not until you see it, you might downplay yourself that you do not qualify. So in today's video, stay tuned till the end and follow through this part, as I'm very sure and confident that you will definitely get something out of this, especially for those who are just planning and submitting their EB1-A or the EB1-1 extraordinary self-petitioning. Okay, again, if you have not subscribed, click on the subscription button, like, share, and make comments. Let's get started. As I always say, it's always like a workshop. This is an educating content. So see it as an opportunity to learn something. It's left to you on how you utilize all the resources of information I share with you all. Okay, so stay tuned once again to the very end of this video. I will base my discussion on an approved case. And on this approved case, it didn't just happen right away. There was an RFE, which is request for evidence. So ideally, for those of you who do not know, when you submit your petition, it could be approved outrightly, or you receive an RFE, which definitely gives you an opportunity to respond in order to now possibly get your approval or your denial later on. So we're going to be looking at all of these things. Basically, I'm here to make it simpler, easier for you to understand and comprehend and be able to do this by yourself. For this particular case I'm sharing with you today, if you look close to the screen, you would see that this petition was submitted sometime in March 2024, and there was a request for additional evidence, RFE, March 29. That's 3 days after submission. The officer sent an RFE right away. When you receive an RFE, it's advisable you take your time and read it step by step. Read it from front to the back to be very sure of what is required of you, because that is an opportunity that you have. Note that the response time for RFE is usually 12 weeks, which is 84 days. So there is no point in rushing at it. For applicants who reside outside the United States, or when USCIS mails an RFE from an international field office, an additional 14 days is always given for the mailing time. So for applicants residing inside the United States, an additional 3 days is given for mailing time, which provides a total of 87 days thereabout after USCIS mails the RFE. So that's an opportunity, enough time to plan yourself out and to respond to this RFE. On this particular case, you see that the response was given June 17, 2024, and just after 10 days of resubmitting the RFE, this person's case was approved. Again, the intention of today's video, part 1, is to dissect properly each of the criterion for this EB1-1. Follow me through till the very end for you to have a robust understanding of what this is all about. Looking into your screen, first, let me read some things to you here. It says the petitioner filed an immigration petition on March 21, 2024. On the form I-140, the petitioner listed that he or she seeks to classify, the beneficiary as an alien of extraordinary ability. Now, the priority date is given. That's the date that the USCIS receive your application. The beneficiary intends to work as a consultant. Again, even though for this case is a consultant as the proposed endeavor, it's applicable to every other fields for this extraordinary petitioning or the criteria involved. And that's the intention of this video. Just to quickly scan through the remaining parts, this is just telling you what the EB1-1 is all about. And let me reemphasize that this classification applies to individuals with extraordinary ability in any field. The individuals must demonstrate that they have sustained national or international acclaim and that their achievements have been recognized in the field of expertise. And these are some of the things I will be touching on in this new series of dissecting what exactly USCIS officer wants to see in your petition. Just so you know that recently there has been an increase in RFE that petitioners are getting. The percentage is increasing gradually, and the more it's increasing, the more USCIS officers, one will assume that they are now probably taking more closer look into your petition. And so if it doesn't meet the judging criteria they're looking for, then you're going to get an RFE. So you still want to also avoid all of this. And that's one of the essence of this video. So for this person, the petition and to process the petition and determine if the beneficiary is eligible, additional information is required. This is what is always required for your RFE. They need more evidence, and they will give you suggestions of the kind of evidence they are looking for. It lies with you to, without reasonable doubt, to provide all of this evidence. So you see what's written here. Please note, however, that you are responsible for providing evidence that best shows the beneficiary meets all the requirements. Okay, so now we're going to go deeper into having a general understanding of this EB1-1 and again, what is required of you. Let's look further into this person's RFE. First, we determine whether the petition has submitted evidence to show that the beneficiary, two things, has received a one-time achievement or qualifies under at least 3 of the 10 criteria required for this classification. And I'm going to explain that in the next slides. One-time achievement. And that is not usually the case for most EB1-1 or EB1-A self-petitioner extraordinary ability. They usually don't have this one-time achievement. And I'm going to explain that to you. So if you do not have the one-time achievement, then you must meet the second one that says you should have at least 3 of the 10 criteria. And what are they? These criteria have been explained in previous video under the EB1 playlist on Prof. Dan tutorials. But again, I'm going more in depth into each of these criteria. For those of you, all you need to do is, do you have this criterion? Are you writing on it? Then look into this new series of videos to probably assist yourself so that you avoid RFE or denial. Okay, so aside that, the next thing is that the beneficiary must also maintain a comparable level of acclaim. All true. I mean, it's not just saying that you achieved this year. Last year, previous years, what have you achieved also? There should be traces of, continuity to really shows that, yes, this individual has maintained this, top-notch level of extraordinary ability. Okay, for the evidence of a one-time achievement, just so you probably know if you fit in for that or not, let me quickly explain what that is all about. So this evidence of a one-time achievement, for you to qualify for this award, it must probably be a major and internationally recognized one. And this includes, but it's not limited to, prestigious awards like, for example, the Nobel Prize. And many of self-petitioners do not have a Nobel Prize, right? And that's why I said most self-petitioners do not fulfill this one-time achievement. So the Nobel Prize, if you look at that, is a notable example because it is reported in top international media outlets, is widely recognized regardless of the awardee's nationality, and it also probably includes a significant cash prize. So if you do not have this one-time achievement, no worries, then you have to meet the at least 3 criteria out of the listed 10 on the USCIS website. So the criteria for this one-time achievement is simply that, one, it should be internationally recognized. The award must be acknowledged internationally, and it must be considered a major award in that field you are claiming expertise or extraordinary ability on. The recognition should also come from the global community in that field, not just the awarding organization. Aside that, another thing is the media coverage of such award. Internationally recognition is chiefly evidenced by media coverage in international outlets or multiple national outlets, which can collaborate the award's significance. And specific notes in this is that the petitioner or most self-petitioners do not submit any evidence related to one-time achievement award. So you don't have to worry about this. But I'm just taking you through it to understand what it is. So just in case you feel you have a one-time achievement. If you do not have this, then let's go to the next field, which is having at least 3 of these criteria. For many of you, you're already aware of this. It's just beyond saying, I have this criterion, I have this, I have that, but to be very certain of exactly what the USCIS officer is looking for, their judging criteria, and that's what I'm going to put you through in this new series, part 1, of what does the USCIS officer want or looking for in your EB1-1 petition. Now, for those of you that are familiar with the USCIS source, which I always tell you to make sure you go through it, you would see the listed criteria, which involves the following: awards, the first one. And the award says you should have evidence of a recognized prizes or awards of excellence, which I will touch on deeper in the next series of slides. The second one is associations, evidence of membership in associations demanding outstanding achievements. Again, it's not enough to just say, yes, I belong to this association, I'm this and that, but what exactly is USCIS officer looking for? The next one is media. On the media, it's talking about evidence of published materials about you, about your work in major publications or media. In judging criterion, it's talking about evidence of being asked to judge the work of others. If, based on who you are in your field, you've been called upon to judge the work of others. But what kind of evidence do you have to show for that? Again, it's one thing I'm going to be showing you in this video. The next one is contributions, evidence of significant contributions to your field. The next one, number 6, is authorship. Authorship talks about evidence of your authorships of scholarly articles. Some of you have publications, which is evidence as contributions in your field as well. The next one is exhibitions, evidence of your work being displayed at exhibitions or showcases. Again, I am going to show us in this new series what exactly is required in each of these. If you are able to have all of this, I mean, following through what I'm going to be explaining to you, then you have no cause for RFE or denial. The next one is leadership, evidence of a leading or critical role in distinguished organizations. Maybe some of you already, have a leading capacity in your field as a result of your expertise. They've made you a manager, a team lead, things like that. And that has been contributing to the success of that organization is something you can also show for it. Another one is your remuneration, which is evidence of commanding a high salary in your field as well. What are the things you need to show for this? What are comparable evidences that are applicable are things I'm going to be showing you in this new series. And the last one is commercial success, evidence of your commercial successes in the performing arts. Now, this is just a high-level, quick run-through of the 10 criteria USCIS listed on their website. And out of these 10, if you can fulfill just 3, at least 3 out of these 10, then you are in the pathway of approval. Again, you should note that having just these 3 criteria is not enough. There are a couple of other things that you must substantiate in your petition. And so if you look at the next thing on the screen, it says, additionally, meeting this minimum regulatory criteria outlined above alone will not establish eligibility for the E1-1 immigration classification. Any evidence submitted in response to this request should also articulate how the evidence establishes that the beneficiary possesses the required high level of expertise for this immigration classification. So again, this is highly important. Watch to the end, and I'm very sure that you will have a good grasp of what this is all about. Let's take a look at, again, for this case study, this petitioner submitted different, artifacts under different category, about 5 of them. And this is one thing I tell people, self-petitioners, that even though it says have at least 3 criteria, If you have 4, 5, 6 of those criteria, you should put them there. But put your best one first forward. The first three, make sure you really have all it takes. If you have other compelling ones, then add them to that, because you do not necessarily know out of these three that you've given or submitted, which one does not necessarily pass what they are looking for. So if you have numerous ones, then put them there. If it's just three that you have, we have cases of some of our clients who have only three, and those three were solid and they did pass through. So in the course of this video, the very first one I will be spending more time on to give you better understanding is the criteria that has to do with receiving award, the award criterion. So stay tuned and watch till the very end. Let's take a look at this quickly. For this person, evidence of the beneficiary's receipt of lesser nationally or internationally recognized prizes or awards for excellence in the field of endeavor. And look at what the USCIS officer says. Let me reiterate it to us so that you know that if you can fulfill this, then you would have this criterion pass. The plain language of this criterion requires evidence, four of them. One, of the beneficiary's receipt of a prize or award. Are you able to show that, yes, I received this award? Two, that the prize or award is in the beneficiary's field. So it's not enough to say I received this numerous award, but is it received in your field? Third, that the prize or award is recognized nationally or internationally, not just a local award, not just within your organization or institution, but it's nationally or internationally recognized. And the fourth one says that the award or prize is for excellence in the field of endeavor. How do you show all of this? And that's what I'm going to be diving, deeper into in this video. For this petition, you see that different awards were actually submitted. It's not enough to just say, oh, I submitted 5 different awards, and that shows that, yes, I'm extraordinary and I passed through. Despite the submission of 5 different awards that this petitioner received, it still didn't go through. There was RFE, and that's what we're going to be looking at again in this video. Before explaining some things further, let me read through quickly what we have on the screen. It says, the petitioner submitted evidence of awards from the organizations listed above and several recommendation letters from various individuals to establish that the petitioner meets the requirements. And this is the case for many people. Yeah, yes, I submitted the evidence of the awards, and I also back it up with recommendation letters, but yet it didn't go through, it didn't pass through. Then what is missing is what you should be interested in or be aware of. However, it says the record does not establish the above mentioned documents are nationally or internationally recognized prizes or awards for excellence in the field. Emphasis again on nationally or internationally. How do you package your awards to really show that it's nationally or internationally recognized? So the next thing I want to draw your attention to before I break this down further for better understanding, it says also the record submitted by this petitioner only contains evidence of the awards or prizes in the form of photos and certificate. And one would argue, yes, it should be certificate, or if I have photos, then that should be right. But yet something seems to be missing. And what is that? It says there is no objective evidence And this is where the big question is, what then do we say is objective evidence? There is no objective evidence to ascertain whether the awards or prizes are nationally or internationally recognized for excellence in the field of endeavor and in beneficiaries' field. The USCIS officer went further to say, without objective evidence about the awards or prizes, the petitioner impedes USCIS in determining whether the awards or prizes satisfy all of the elements within this criterion. It's a lot, yes, I know. It's not enough to say I have numerous awards or prizes. What then is USCIS officer looking for? And this is what I will take you through in these next slides. Pause the video if you want to. Take your pen out if you want to pen some things down, if you want to write anything or take some notes. Take note of all of what I will be sharing with you as far as the criterion on award or prizes are concerned. Objective evidence for recognizing awards or prizes. The first thing I want you to take note of as a self-petitioner to help you is one, detailed award description. You should provide this in your petition letter. As far as the award description is concerned, provide an official description of the award from the awarding organization, including the criteria and selection process. Take note of that. Second, ensure you include information about the prestige and significance of the award within your field of expertise that you are claiming. That is highly important. The second thing, again, you can pause the video, rewind it, and listen again and take notes if you are considering this criterion. If you want to pass this criterion of the award or prizes, you must focus on these things I'm taking you through now. The second thing is media coverage. In case you have them, then you should submit them. On the media coverage, you want to ensure you submit, articles, press release, or media reports from reputable sources that cover the award ceremony or that recognize the award. And you want to ensure that these sources are well known and respected within the field. And so you want to ensure in your petition letter, you write something about the media coverage and submit evidence to that effect. Another important thing is previous recipients. If you are claiming this award is recognized nationally or internationally, who were the previous recipients? We have few exceptions though, for maybe few awards that you happen to be the first beneficiary. Then you have to explain that if you are the first beneficiary, if it's the first time they are rolling out such award. But if it's not the first time, then there are previous recipients. So you can provide a list of previous award recipients, and what that will do is to highlight their achievements and contributions to the field. So provide the award list and probably highlight those individuals' achievements and contributions as well. Again, what you're trying to show is to show that indeed this award is highly reputable and recognized. So ensure you also include these notable individuals to further demonstrate the prestige of the award. Another important thing I will touch on is official letters or statements. This can help you in many ways. Maybe some of the things I've pointed out earlier are not available on any websites. Maybe if that's the case, you can still, provide letters or statements from reputable individuals. And what this means is, just obtain letters or official statements from the awarding organization, which organization awards, all the awards or the prizes, get a letter from them that detail the significance and recognition of the award. You can also include endorsements or testimonials from recognized authorities in the field to tell about the award's importance. Get such letters and use it to further support your petition under this particular criterion of award or prizes. Another important thing is on documentation of the selection process. Before I continue again, let me reiterate this. Many of our viewers who benefit a lot from Prof. Dan Tutorial's video didn't subscribe. Why? Why? I mean, just click on the subscription button. It doesn't bite. Click on it and use it to support this channel. Anyway, that's just by the way, but I would sincerely appreciate your support, and don't keep this great information to yourself alone. Share it with people that you think they can benefit from it as well. Let them be able to do this by themselves. Remember that it costs as much as about, 5,000, 6,000, up to $10,000, to consult with recognized authorities, representatives, or lawyers in writing this petition for you. So if what I'm giving you is a detailed workshop that has been helping you to do your self-petitioning, then support this channel. Okay. The next one I'm talking about is on documentation of selection process. Again, in the body of your self-petition, provide documents that explain the selection process. It's not just an award that, oh, we give Mr. A this award of excellence, and that is it. What are the selection criteria? These are things that you should put in this section. Provide the documents. If it's available online, the selection criteria, provide it. If it's not, from the letters you get from, recognized people in the field that knows about the award, let them state it in their letters too. So what this means is that you also want to highlight the rigorous nature of the selection process. And that will definitely show that indeed only outstanding individuals receive the award. Okay, and just as it's normally the case, if it's an award, there is always it's always ceremonial. So you want to include also information about the award ceremony. Maybe they invited you through email to come for the award ceremony. They congratulated you through email that you finally received this award. This is the venue, the attendees, things like that. This is your ticket, gate pass, all things like that. You also want to provide the evidence, again, to further show that this award indeed was not forged, as perhaps some persons may forge the award. So include information about the award ceremony. Let the officer trust what you are saying. Let them see the objective evidence. The award ceremony, such as the venue, the attendees, and any notable figures who participated. Provide photographs or videos from the ceremony if available, again, showing the scale and importance of the event. Another thing which is optional is if the award has been published in professional journals, in that case, you also want to submit it, submit the evidence of the award being mentioned in maybe professional journals or trade publications. Include the citations or references for this publication as well. Again, look into this, at least the first six, when you are writing your self-petition under the award that, yes, you are a recipient of a lesser national or internationally recognized award or prizes. Ensure that you have subsections that details at least these six that you see on the screen. If you can do this and you have all the evidence in place, I'm convinced or I'm sure that you will be able to pass this criterion. All right, so a couple of things that we should take note again. Let's see what the USCIS officers wrote further in this person's petition. In addition, the evidence shows the petitioner received the above listed awards from institutions or organizations. This is what I'm telling you. It's not enough, even though, yes, if it's an organization or an institution that gives you the award, you want to paint the petition in such a way that it's not going to look like it's just mere at the surface, it's just local. You want to paint it in the national sense or international sense. Why these prizes or awards reflect institutional recognition for excellence, they do not reflect national or international recognition for excellence in the field. So again, this is something I've pointed out earlier. The award you're talking about, is it for excellence in your field you are claiming, or is it just a recognition in another field? So it has to align as an award given to you for excellence in your field. Yes, if you have other awards that does not directly tie to excellence in your field, yeah, you can further support your petition with that. That is just to show that, yes, you've sustained things like these, over the past years. But the main award you're going to put forward, even if it's just one, ensure that one meets all the needed, facts that I've pointed out earlier. To explain this further, let's see. Okay, let's talk briefly about this institutional versus national or international recognition. Again, from what we see here presented by the USCIS officers, a simple explanation to that we could see is that, yes, the petitioner indeed receive awards from certain institutions or organizations, which is the case for majority of people. However, something is missing. The awards, in this person's case, about 5 of them only reflect recognition within those specific institutions or organizations. They do not demonstrate national or international recognition for excellence in the field. So you have to take note of that line. Be sure to demonstrate that the award you are putting forward in your petition demonstrate national or international recognition for excellence in the field. And to clarify this institution versus national, two things I want to point out you should take note of is that ensure that the awards are acknowledged within you, the petitioner's institution or organization, meaning they are recognized internally. Okay, let me take that back. That's the case for an award that is not seen to be nationally or internationally recognized. So it's probably the tone in which you wrote your petition only acknowledge what I've said, only acknowledge that, yeah, your petition institution, your petition, the award comes from the institution organization and it's not really recognized nationally, it's just internally. So you want to take note of that. See how you can adjudicate your petition in a way that is not just showing that the award is internally recognized. Okay. And another thing that will not make it pass through is that when there is no evidence to show that the award are known or are known or esteemed, really esteemed outside of your organization that awards it. When there is no such evidence as well, it will not pass through. And for this to pass through, to further summarize some of the things I've said earlier, the requirement for this broader recognition is that the awards or the evidence of excellence must be recognized beyond just the organization or the institution. And the awards should have significance and recognition at a national or international level. And you want to ensure that you back all that up with the needed exhibits or evidence. So that's that. And that will be it for today. Yay. All I want you to do is that if you have an award and you're trying to write your EB1-1 petition, try to go through the video, play it back to understand what you should show, what is required of you. If you do not have those things, then you should already know that the criterion for the award part might not go through. So put something else forward first. However, you can still add the award criterion later on in your petition. And that will be it for this part 1 in this new series. In part 2, we will go deeper into another criterion and break it down, dissect it, and look in depth into what exactly USCIS officer will be looking for in your petition. Remember, more people are applying across the globe, and because of that, you want to ensure that you avoid RFE, you avoid denial by putting in the right things in the right way. Wishing you all the very best, and that will be it for this video. Again, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all again in another video. Take care, and bye-bye.